Okay, change. Okay, that hopefully going. Stable. Okay. Audio. So then debut record. Recording. Okay. Yeah. 3 more claps for that. Okay, yeah, probably okay. Okay, everyone, I just wanted to do a quick video about going live into StreamYard because coming up, the Best of the Fest are going to do a live streaming day where we put a live stream out with a number of performers from the usual Best of the Fest list of great people we have. Obviously, because of lockdown, we can't do anything in real life. So we're going to try and host a show where we have a number of people going live at the same, not the same time, in the same show, as it were. So this will be to Facebook and to YouTube, both at the same time, so that if you don't have to have a Facebook account to watch, and you don't have to have a Facebook account to play. And in order to do that, we're going to use something called StreamYard, which is quite a simple little system that anyone can go live into StreamYard, and the host coordinates it and sends it live to Facebook and YouTube. So it's a single stream. It's not everyone who's playing, they do their live act, but it's part of a single stream, like a show, and the host looks after the scheduling. So what happens is you just arrive, you just set yourself up, get your sound set up and get your camera all organized a few minutes before, and you arrive so-called backstage. To do this, there'll be a link that you just click on this link in your computer or phone or tablet, and I suggest that the best browser to use is Chrome, but on Apple I think Safari is fine, and that link takes you to a sort of StreamYard login where you select your camera and your microphone, and then you don't go live immediately, you actually turn up backstage, and so no one's going to send you live inadvertently or without you knowing. You're not suddenly going to be public to the world. You're going to absolutely know that this host will tell you, and he'll send you live as you're sitting in the backstage. To help you a bit further get familiar with the system, a few days before and on the day there'll be a test room where you can do a sound check. So you can practice, getting in, logging in, as it were, not logging in, but just getting in. And you can do a sound check. I mean, I'll be in the room, and I can tell you if it sounds all right, and we can record that as well, so you can hear what it's like. When you're playing any streaming in any context, headphones and earbuds are a good idea, but not essential. The main reason is if you have two people. One of the things about StreamYard is that you can have two groups of people are in the same frame, in the same like a split camera, like a split screen thing, and to avoid feedback in that situation, echoing stuff. Headphones, but you don't need that. If we're just playing one person after the other, you don't need headphones or earbuds. And if something really does go wrong, we will have other things that we can fill in while you sort your sound out, and we can reschedule or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show how we get on. You'll have a link, and at the place I'll put the link, we've got a website called bestofthefest.live. Which has got the details of the event, and it's also got the links, so the live link for the performers and the test link, and it's also got links to the channels that on YouTube and Facebook. So this is the one-stop shop. bestofthefest.live is where you get your information. So let's press on the test link. So off we go. Click on the test link, and a bit of whirring. And it says you're about to enter a studio, I think, or something. Okay, so I'm not the studio, I'm the guest, actually. That's my name. You'll put your name in, as I'll call you from guest. And then the important work here is, well, I've struck lucky, my microphone is said to be working. But I'll have a look at that actually, because it's looking a bit loud. So anyway, I'm going to, you set up your camera mic in the cogwheel settings here. And so you click in the cogwheel and it selects your webcam. So I've selected the webcam that's in front of me. For the audio, you'll be able to select your microphone, or perhaps your webcam microphone, or your tablet's microphone. Probably if it's your tablet or phone, it'll automatically come up as being selected anyway, because there's only one mic and only one camera on a tablet and a phone. That's what makes it so easy. But on a computer, you have to choose, and in my audio, my microphone is something called the hi-fi cable output. But I could have chosen other microphones, including the microphones on my webcams. But I choose that one. Don't choose echo cancellation. If you choose echo cancellation, it stops any echo problems. You're only going to get an echo problem if you've got two people in the studio at the same time. So that's not going to happen most of the time. It certainly won't happen when you're playing music. And you don't want it. You don't want sort of a lot of massaging of sound when you're playing music. You leave echo cancellation off. I'm just going to take my microphone volume down. You have the option to automatically adjust microphone volume. That's fine too. Really don't know which one's the best one to do there. At the moment, I'm slightly preferring having the microphone under your control to change the volume in StreamYard. Stereo audio, it works, it's fine, but it's not really needed. A green screen we don't bother with. That's it. Camera. Oh, one thing about the camera, after you've selected it, just go in advanced and make sure you're under 720p resolution. Otherwise you might find you're on standard. Standard's fine, but if you can get on 720p, if you've got a webcam that can do it, and a good internet connection. Internet connection ideally should be a wired internet connection to your router. A lot of us use Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is not very good, not so much because it's slow, but because of the actual way Wi-Fi works by chopping everything up. So if you can, get a cheap Ethernet cable off Amazon and just connect it from your computer to your router. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you're probably stuck with Wi-Fi, and it's probably going to be fine. Okay, so that's it, the camera and audio. We're ready to go into the studio. We can mute ourselves at any time. We can stop our video at any time. We'll stop the cam. So let's go into the studio. And it says we are backstage. Right, I'm just going to mute that because I got my sound coming from somewhere else. So I do have two devices here. So what you're looking at is the studio, where I'm in the studio and you're backstage. So John Guest is actually backstage at the bottom. And you're not live. This is the show going on in front of you on the big screen, but you're not in it yet. You're still at the bottom of the screen as John Guest. It'll just taking you around this screen. You don't have to log in. You don't have to sign up for anything. Absolutely fine the way it is right now. You got a couple of things here. There's private chat, so you can talk to the host like that, or the host can talk to you. So if I am the host, I can say, "Hi, John." And that... Oh, my camera's just gone off on the... Brilliant. Problems with my cement. Camera is now back on again, but it's the wrong camera. I just changed the camera mic settings. Okay, so that's a good example, actually, of what can go wrong. For some reason your camera goes off, and what I did to fix it was I basically unplugged the camera from... It was an external web camera from the USB port, plugged it in again, and told StreamYard what it was. So that's fine. The studio momentarily crashed there, but we got it back. So meanwhile, as the guest, you're backstage and you've got your message from the studio, and you can send a message back. Hi, studio. And if I look at my other computer, that's come back from there. Okay, the other thing, of course, is you can get comments. The comments come from Facebook. And so all the comments from Facebook, mainly Facebook. They're supposed to come from YouTube as well. I'm not sure how reliable the YouTube thing is, but the comments do come from Facebook, and you see the comments as you're playing. You might be wondering if we're really on Facebook right now, and the answer is we are. And if I bring over Facebook here and just refresh the page, this is just a test page that I have in Facebook. It says John Drummond's live now, and you're watching what is being recorded right now, and we'll change that. That'll actually say best of the fest. It won't say John Drummond. And also we are live on YouTube. If I refresh that page, it says here we're live on YouTube, and there we are. Yep. So that's what's happening. We are actually live in this particular example. So in the meantime, so the show is going on. Someone else is performing. You have arrived 10-15 minutes before your time, and you're backstage. You've probably already gone into the test room and had your sound checked. You can see your microphone's working, so it looks good. And so what the guest might do is he might invite you into the studio, and so he'll probably tell you that he's going to take you into the studio. So here we go. There you are, you get added to the studio. You might notice some sync issues here because the sound, obviously you're looking at two images of me from two devices going through completely two different internet routes to the internet. So one of them's probably going to be in sync, one of them's not. But it should be completely in sync for you. And so you're the guest, you're the guest, and the aim really is to have a quick changeover as possible, really, because the changeovers don't really work that great. because sometimes you get a bit of echo or something. So just a quick introduction, and the host will take himself out of the stream,
and you're in the stream, and then you can play something. Tom, get your plane right on time. Okay, whatever it is. And then you do your slot, and you'll still see you'll see comments coming down the right hand side, and you've also have the option to see any private chat from the host. The host can easily, if he wants to, talk over the top. He can appear in the stream. He can, so if you have a problem, the host is watching and he can come in and do something. And unless I've completely nodded off on the job, I or someone else. In fact, we can have multiple people doing this. Actually, we can have multiple hosts. So that's it, really. That shows how to use StreamYard. It's quite similar to going live into Facebook. Basically, choose your camera and microphone. That's it. Okay, so I hope that's useful, and there'll be more information coming out through Steve about a live streaming day. At the moment, we're thinking about dates in December, but he'll flesh out that. The purpose of this video was just to explain how you can go live into StreamYard. I suppose, just as a sort of review of methods of going live, I've finished really the bit about how you go live into StreamYard, but how do people go live? I suppose the most basic way people go live is simply on their phone, and that often works surprisingly well. Again, you can help yourself with a good connection. If you're using Wi-Fi, make sure you're well within Wi-Fi range. If you're using 4G, the normal network on your phone, that often works pretty well. But it's worthwhile just checking the signal before that you're in a decent place to go live, because sometimes the location. For example, you can have great Wi-Fi, and then you decide to do the whole thing at the bottom of the garden, and suddenly you forgot that you haven't very good Wi-Fi at the bottom of the garden. So people use their phones. Tablets work pretty good. iPads, all the Apple stuff works good. They seem to have good cameras and good mics in, so iPads and iPhones work quite well. Going up a stage, some people use a laptop. With a laptop, and it's often a Windows laptop, you want to make sure you got a decent mic, because the mic on an iPhone I think is okay. The mic on most laptops isn't really that great, and it's located in the computer, so there's like fans and things going on. So sometimes it's a mic in the webcam, or located in sort of somewhere around the webcam on the computer. That can be all right. But if you're fussy about your sound, you might want to look into a USB mic to plug into your laptop. And you can go on Amazon for that. I mean, there's Blue makes some good ones. There's the Blue Snowball and the Blue Yeti. So going up a stage, you can do it from your desktop computer, which is similar to your laptop, really. Some people go a stage beyond that, me included, where they use like a special sound card called an ASIO sound card, that you can get like some sort of ASIO interface, where you can plug multiple microphones in and go into the computer, and you can plug high-spec microphones in, and you can even do some like digital processing. But really, hardly. I think I do that. I think Lizzie does a bit of ASIO stuff, and her sounds very good. But most people aren't doing that. And in fact, to get reverb, people sometimes like go into like the hallway or the bathroom or something like that. At the end of the day, the quality of the sound is the most important thing. So if it means you have to go to an unusual location just to get a decent sound, then that's what you do. Okay, so that's it really. All the way you can go live, phones, tablets, laptops, and you can do it for and desktop computers, Apple and PC and Android. And a wired connection to the internet ideal, but if your Wi-Fi can be fine, just check that the Wi-Fi is working pretty well at that time and in the location you're at. And if you're on the phone, 4G can, if you're just on the phone network, that can work pretty well. Again, worthwhile just looking what your phone signal's like. Okay, that concludes this video, and I hope it's been useful for you. Thank you.